Is there anything in the vehicle I need to be aware of? Any guns, drugs, weapons? No. Would you consent to a search?
It's not my car, so I just borrowed it from here.
I got you.
Welcome back to Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. Today we have a good one, guys. What starts off as a routine traffic stop for a bad lane change and the seatbelt issue quickly descends into something far more serious in Fruitland Park, Florida. A woman claims she's just borrowing a friend's car to grab a baby shower gift, but as soon as officers dig deeper, the white powder on her ID, the nervous chatter, and items stashed in her pants all tell a different story. Today we're diving into a case that unravels right in front of your eyes, from traffic infraction to felony drug trafficking, paraphernalia, and what might be the most awkward baby gift store run in Florida history. So sit tight because this one escalates quickly and the law doesn't wait for excuses. With that, let's jump in.
Your window doesn't roll down? Okay, you can just open it.
Yes, ma'am.
Officer Ricchetti, Fruitland Park Police Department. A couple reasons for the stop. First and foremost, when you were at the intersection of Miller and 27, you changed lanes within 100 feet of the intersection. So
I made it before that white line, though. I made sure because that car was on my butt.
So yeah, you can't be doing that. It's got to be 100 feet, okay?
Okay.
And then your driver or your seatbelt. Do you have your driver's license?
I have my seatbelt on. I had it on, but I was over my shoulder.
Yeah, you got to wear it properly.
I'm sorry.
Is it your vehicle?
No, it's my friend's. I just borrowed it. Just come over here to get something for the baby. My friend just had a baby.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, thank you. Do you have the registration insurance?
Yeah.
Is there anything in the vehicle I need to be aware of? Any guns, drugs, weapons? No. Would you consent to a search?
It's not my car, so I just borrowed it from here.
I got you.
What do you? Here you go.
Perfect. Do you know what's on your license?
I hate that.
Ooh. Here, don't wipe it off.
Okay. I know
I was just wondering if you knew what it was.
I thought it was something bad. No, I know I was playing with what was on the table. I was cleaning out these had all my stuff. I dumped everything out of my purse.
I got you. Have you ever been arrested before?
Yes.
What for?
Driving license suspended.
Any narcotics charges?
There's old stuff.
Old stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nowhere
Nowhere
in Leesburg.
in Leesburg? Okay.
Yeah, I was just coming from
I got you. I'm just trying to get my notepad. Are you still living in Tavares?
No, I just moved to Eustis. Can you pen?
No, I don't have any paper. You're good. Just give me one sec.
Okay.
What's a good phone number for you?
326.
So 326.
Yeah. 336. 2025.
All right, so what I'm going to have you do, I'm just going to have you come stand at the rear of your vehicle while I go back to my vehicle, okay? You can grab your jacket, that's fine.
So should I call my friend and tell them I got pulled over?
No, you should be good if there's nothing in the vehicle.
No, I mean, I don't know.
All right, and then just come stand right back there. Okay, she's very nervous. Also, when she handed me her license, it had white powder all over it. It's looking like it's testing positive for meth. Come on, go all the way down. I might call Edwards anyways and see if she just wants to. Alright.
Yeah, through the parking so you go 7 aisles that way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So was your license near any methamphetamine? Because it's testing positive for meth.
No, it wasn't. I had all my stuff on the table, you know. Methamphetamine. It had methamphetamine on it.
Yeah, that's what the white stuff was on it.
What white? I don't know. I know it's my ID, but
I don't maybe you put it on a table with someone who
I don't know.
had it.
I mean, I had where my stuff was all over the table. I mean, it might have been already on the table.
Do your friends use?
I went to my friend's house to get the keys, and I was pulling my stuff out to make sure I had all the stuff.
Okay.
So maybe.
Your friends use meth? They can't get in trouble if you say yes at this point, because I mean they're not.
Yeah, but my stuff was. I was pulling my stuff out, and I don't want to incriminate him. I don't know.
How would you?
I mean,
right now, what was on your license?
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but it wouldn't incriminate. It's with you. So we're
I don't
asking
know
your
if
friends
they do or not.
You don't know?
They had people over, but I was pulling my stuff out.
Okay.
Making sure I had my wallet. And
I got you. Okay, is there anything in the car that we need to be aware
No,
of?
I just borrowed the car.
Okay.
And that's why I made sure, because I was coming over here.
Anything in the vehicle that belongs to you?
Just my purse.
Just your purse?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to get my purse out.
No, you're good. Because it tested positive for meth, we're going to be searching the vehicle. So it's better to...
on it.
I mean, you saw it. You wiped it off.
And I'm like, what is that? Because I was taking, I'm trying to make sure I'm so careful. Because if you've seen my history, I was just trying to make sure.
I have no idea what your history is.
No, I mean,
I haven't even run you.
I'm just saying, I was just like pulling everything, make sure I had my ID, my case. I have to come over here to get everything. You coming to get my purse for you?
No, you're good. I'll go grab it.
Do I need to call or something?
No, if there's nothing in there, there's nothing in there.
Okay,
you'll be on your way.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi.
what's happening?
How are you?
Good.
I don't know, sir.
What's going on?
I don't know. I was you're supposed to be 100 feet from the white line before I stopped.
Oh, yeah.
Thing. And then when she checked my ID, I was cleaning out my purse before I came to make sure I had everything right. And she said there was methamphetamines on my ID.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, and it wasn't for me. That door isn't open. Yeah.
From the outside.
Yeah. And so I was checking my stuff because I was coming to get a baby present for a girl that's having a baby. And when I was taking out my IDs and stuff like that, emptying my purse, she said there was methamphetamines on my ID. And I know on his table, that's the only one. And so I can give you his name and phone number.
Whose name?
This is somebody's car I borrowed. His name's Luke Jackson.
Does he do meth?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't think he did. I didn't know. I mean, I know him, but I didn't think he was that alive. But he does, stay up late. He's a gamer. But it's crazy. So I don't want to get in trouble.
She tested the stuff that was on her license?
Yeah. All over her wallet. I was like, what is this on? I was like, what is Sarge? I was like, what is this on your wallet?
Huh?
What is this on your license?
Oh.
See anymore?
Yeah, and you're
I threw some pills there. I don't really know what they are. So I don't think
Oh.
Did you see any more?
I sit there.
What did she say?
She was just talking to me.
Oh. How did you drop that thing?
Huh?
Drop that thing?
I'm just looking. I'm looking for like coins. People drop money out here.
Come on.
Who's having a baby?
My friend Lily. 6 pounds, 2 ounces, little girl.
Oh, she just had the baby.
Yeah, this last night. I just borrowed the car.
Luke Jackson. That name sounds familiar for some reason. Where does he live?
It's Mary's.
That's where you live?
I live in Eustis.
So you live in Eustis, you come all the way through the park, Leesburg, go to Walmart. There's Walmart, Mount Dora.
Well,
That don't make any sense.
I had a friend that I wanted to visit. I was gonna try to, how you say, get some booty? But he wasn't. Cool. So I went to Good Times and regulate.
Like a casino place or something?
So I didn't get to see my friend because I knew he was on his way. And
So this car is registered to Luke Jackson?
yes, sir.
that's your friend.
Yes, sir.
He sent you to go buy a scale.
Well, he said on the way back, stop and get, a scale.
A scale? You told me a birthday, a baby shower gift.
No, that was okay. It was on the way. I mean, it was stopped. I'm getting a baby shower gift.
So you see the sides right there, the white powder, and I brought it up to see if it was just because of the cup, and then there's like white flakes inside. Let's see.
Look at her mouth. I can't tell if she's got something in her mouth. Where's that at?
On the seat.
Something in her little change purse, wallet.
Oh yeah, there was somewhere the license was in her wallet. Alright. Now is the time to be 100% honest.
Yes, ma'am. Anything
Okay.
you want to know?
I'm going to search you.
Okay.
Is there anything on you
No.
that I need to be aware of? Okay.
No.
First, I'm gonna have you stick your tongue out. Let me see the top of your roof of your mouth. Alright. And then let me see underneath your tongue. Alright. And then turn around. Spread your feet. I was to have found something. What would I find?
Nothing. Because all I do is give this on it and then do it.
Put your hands back up here.
Good one.
Looks like paint.
I'm 2 for 2. All right.
Another one?
Do you want me to retrieve it, or do you want to retrieve it?
You can grab it.
Okay.
Go on this side.
Then who did it?
Is there anything else down there that I missed? Okay. but anything else narcotics wise that should not be there that I missed, because bringing it into the jail is a felony. Is there anything in there? Nothing else?
They're going to put you through an x-ray, so they're going to find it.
Alright. Spread your feet a little wider.
Kitty, could you grab her 20 minutes so don't fly away?
That's what I told you. Girl, I asked you if there was something else in there. You want to pull it out?
Listen, you're going to face more charges again in that jail. We're trying to prevent that.
Oh.
Now that's... Looks like there may be a little bit of trafficking in there now.
Yep.
Looks like there may be a little bit of trafficking in there now.
Yep. It's not trafficking. Yeah, it probably is.
That's my money.
Well, money will go with.
Explains why she has a scale.
I don't like people lying. I don't like people lying.
No, before you get in there, anything else on you? Because they're going to find it.
No, sir.
Yeah, that's trafficking.
So this was the test from what was on her wallet. I was like, what is this? I'm looking at it. It's on my body cam. I'm looking at it. I'm like, what is this? And she's like, oh. And then she takes it from me and she wipes it off. I said, don't wipe it off.
Oh, well.
When she was cleaning her purse, it must have come from the table. That must have been the table.
Ended up in her vagina.
Yes.
I know. Yeah. I don't buy that story. Well, okay,
2 for 2.
that explains why she has a scale.
We're going to test it real quick and weigh it. I'm just curious the amount.
How many grams do you think it is, Sarge?
Let's say
25?
About 20. Without holding it. Oh man!
Oh, Jesus, wow, we were really hot.
56 grams?
Yep.
You gotta be kidding me.
And in her pants too, I felt it. I was like,
I mean,
come on, don't lie to me.
It's really hard to miss.
I was like, that can't be what I felt.
Dang. Too much light. 56 grams. You should put it as 57.
Well, she's got more.
Oh yeah, we got BDR ship short.
Other 3.04.
59.
59 grams. All right.
She was trying to get away from me bad too. Switching lanes like crazy.
What was the reason for stuff?
She was switching lanes in front of the intersection, literally right in front of the car. She said it wasn't hers too.
Yeah, she said she was cleaning out her purse. Must have gotten her purse and the walk from the table.
Yeah.
Trafficking drugs has a no bond.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. All right.
Trafficking?
Yep.
How do you figure?
It weighs out to the amount, so it's going to be a no bond. So you're
Why is it going to be no bond?
Yeah, because that's what state of Florida does, no bond. You're also going to go for possession of paraphernalia as well,
Why?
because the stuff that holds the drugs is paraphernalia.
What hole in the bag?
Yeah. The bag.
How do you figure? Paraphernalia is something that you do it with.
Nope. Do, store, or uses the process. That's a $1,000 bond plus whatever the judge sets your bond whenever you go to the first appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Cool. I knew when she wiped it off that it was something.
She's like, what's that?
She gave it to me and it's literally covered
And that's
in that. And I was like, this can't just be salt. Because they were little like chunks. And I was like,
Why don't you just reel it for somebody?
probably.
Luke Jackson.
probably Jackson. She's probably coming here to sell it to somebody. That's probably why she had the 3 grams.
Excuse me, ma'am, he's trying to make paraphernalia? Paraphernalia for trafficking drugs?
I didn't traffic.
No! She said, can you just charge me for paraphernalia?
Oh, yeah.
Let's walk through the laws that apply to this wild stop in Fruitland Park, Florida. First, you have trafficking in methamphetamine. This is found at section 893.135, section 1F. Florida statutes define this charge as when someone knowingly possesses 14 grams or more of methamphetamine. In this case, officers discover approximately 59 grams, which is well beyond the minimum threshold. The penalty is for anything above 28 grams but less than 200 grams, the law imposes a mandatory minimum of 7 years in prison, a fine of up to $100,000. No discretion, no plea to probation, no bond at first appearance. This is a first-degree felony, the most serious level short of a capital offense in Florida. Number 2, possession of drug paraphernalia. This is found in section 893.147, section 1. And this statute says paraphernalia includes anything used to store, package, or consume controlled substances. That means plastic baggies, scales, or even small containers. In this case, the suspect had a scale, which supports the trafficking drug charge. The penalty is a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable up to 1 year in jail, 1 year of probation, and a fine of up to $1,000. Number 3, introduction of contraband into a detention facility. This is 951.22. Now, this statute states that bringing drugs into a jail, even accidentally, is a felony. The moment someone walks into a facility with drugs on or in their body, they can face this charge, even if they didn't intend to sneak in any drugs. The penalty is a third-degree felony. This is punishable up to 5 years in prison, a fine of up to $5,000, and potentially 5 years of probation. Now here, this charge doesn't apply because they didn't find any drugs at the jail. But remember when they were searching her and they found an additional bag with a larger amount of the drugs? That same situation happens sometimes at the jail where they find additional drugs. That is a new charge. All right, number 4, unsafe lane change. This is found at section 316.085 of the Florida statutes. It simply says changing lanes too closely to an intersection, and it says within 100 feet is a traffic violation. Remember, this is the initial basis for the stop here in this case. The penalty, this is a non-criminal traffic infraction resulting in fines and possible points on a person's driver's license. Number 5, improper use of a seatbelt. This is found at section 316.614. It says seatbelts must be worn properly across the chest and lap. Slinging it under your arm or over your shoulder doesn't meet the requirements of this statute. This is also a non-criminal traffic infraction and is punishable by a citation and a fine. Now, let's walk through the 6 levels of evidentiary standards we use in the American legal justice system. Each one represents a threshold of proof that officers, attorneys, and jurors must meet depending on the stage of the case. First, you have mere suspicion. This is the lowest level of evidence. It's simply a gut feeling or an unarticulated hunch. It's not enough to justify a stop or a search, but it's often what kicks off an officer's curiosity. This might cause the officer to pay closer attention to the situation. Number 2, reasonable suspicion. This is a step above mere suspicion, and it's when there is a belief based on specific and articulable facts that a crime may be in progress or about to occur. At this level, the police can stop you for a brief detention while they investigate what's going on. Here, when the suspect changed lanes improperly and the officer saw a suspicious white powder on her ID, that escalated the situation into reasonable suspicion, justifying a temporary detention and further questioning. Number 3, probable cause. Now we're talking about enough facts and circumstances to believe a crime has been committed and the suspect is involved. This standard allows for arrest, it allows for officers to go back and get search warrants, and it allows for vehicle searches. A good example is the positive field test for methamphetamine. Combined with the scale and the suspect's statements, this all provided probable cause for an arrest and a full vehicle search. Number 4, preponderance of the evidence. This is the standard used in most civil cases, and it means more likely than not. If the scales tip just 51% in one direction, that's enough for that person to win their case. For example, here, if the woman later sued the department for false arrest, this would be the standard that she would need to meet to be successful in her lawsuit. All right, let's move right along. Number 5, clear and convincing evidence. This is used in situations like terminating parental rights, civil commitment orders, or if someone is claiming fraud. This is used in all types of cases where they require a bit more evidence. The definition is a high probability that a claim is true, or substantially likelihood of the claim being successful. That means it takes about 75% of the evidence in your favor to win your case at this level. Here, if she wanted to prove a defense like entrapment or duress, she would need clear and convincing evidence, or as we stated, that additional set of proof. More than just 51%. She need about 75% of the evidence pointing toward one of those defenses. Number 6, beyond a reasonable doubt. This is the highest standard of proof and is required to convict someone at a criminal trial. The jury must have no reasonable doubt about the guilt of the defendant based on the evidence. Here, for the trafficking charge, the state would need to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the woman knowingly possessed 28 grams or more of meth with the intent to sell or distribute. Her nervous behavior, the 59 grams that were discovered, the scale, her inconsistent story, all that can be used against her to try to meet this level of proof. Now let's imagine ourselves in the jury box. If this case went to trial, you'd be asked to weigh the facts, to judge the credibility of the witnesses, and decide whether the evidence supports the charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Let's start with the big questions. All right, you learned that there's 59 grams of methamphetamine that were discovered, and that's well above 28 grams. That's the threshold for Florida's trafficking statute. As a juror, would you accept that this amount alone proves an intent to traffic, or would you need more information? Number 2, officers found a digital scale, which is a common tool in the drug trade. The defendant claims she was just borrowing the car and didn't know anything about any drugs. Do you believe this story, or do you see the scale as evidence that she's involved in the distribution? All right, number 3. The woman's behavior shifted constantly. She blamed friends, claimed confusion about her license, and mentioned baby gifts and a visit to someone named Luke Jackson. Does her nervousness and shifting narrative hurt her credibility? Or could it be consistent with someone caught up in a situation they didn't fully understand? Number 4, the officer says her ID had visible white powder. The field tested positive for meth. She tried to wipe it off. Do you believe she truly didn't know what was there? Or did her actions suggest consciousness of guilt? Number 5, when the woman's body was searched, additional drugs were allegedly discovered hidden in her pants. Would this raise questions about intent and knowledge? Or do you find any part of her explanation plausible, that she was framed or unknowingly involved? In a case like this, your decision as a juror would impact someone's future and liberty. What matters most to you? What was found, how it was found, or who you believe? What part of this case would sway you the most if you were a juror? Guilty, not guilty. So, let's recap. What began as a simple traffic stop or a lane change violation and improper seatbelt use quickly spiraled into a felony traffic case. Between the 59 grams of meth, a digital scale, drug paraphernalia, and contraband hidden on her person, this wasn't just a misunderstanding, it became a full-blown criminal investigation. This case shows us that your story has to match your surroundings. When the facts don't line up, law enforcement and eventually jurors will fill in the blanks. The suspect's nervous behavior, shifting excuses, and the visible residue on her ID gave officers plenty of probable cause to escalate their investigation. Also, remember, if a person ever brings drugs into jail, even unintentionally, it's a felony by itself. We also saw how important intuition can be. The officer picked up on all the subtle cues here. The woman's demeanor, how she handed over her ID, and what she tried to wipe away. And we always can ask the same for everyone out there. Have you ever had a gut feeling where something wasn't right? Would you have followed that intuition if you were in this situation? As always, we urge you to think critically, to understand your rights, but also your responsibilities during any police encounter. The big lesson: even small infractions can lead to serious consequences when illegal activity is lurking in the background. Keep your story consistent, your hands clean, and your surroundings in check. And if you like this breakdown, remember to like the video. I want you to leave a comment on what you would do as a juror. Additionally, leave any other comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so more people can learn from real scenarios just like this one today. Remember, this is Advocacy Alchemy. I am Professor Ross. I'll see you tomorrow. Be safe. Have a good day.